all about experience. It's to feel the adrenaline running through our veins. Like all the things we do that excite us. Whatever world we come from or live in, there are people that are born to succeed. They're called special, to hustle every day for an opportunity of a lifetime. Looking for the challenge to shape our future is something that's in our DNA. A privilege just available for a few. Traders, we see things differently, paying attention to every small detail that would maybe go unnoticed by the common eye. On or by the edge is our playground, with a constant strive for glory, seeking for a new tomorrow. Do you feel special? Take back control of your investments.
One, two, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Hello, hello. Hello.
Hi.
No one's here. Then I have to stop sharing then.
Fast. Moves like this is really before the goose, and after the use it goes down and the rest really fast. But I'm really scared always to take these risky trades. Yeah, if you're really scared, just don't do it or risk less. That's my suggestion. So I would definitely wait right now with the news coming like.
Alright, 7 minutes coming up. No one is here yet.
Hey, Thomas.
Hey, finally, one person out of the 46 can say good afternoon. Hello, how you doing, Bano?
Okay. Good afternoon, Jobless.
There you go. Much better now. How are you?
Hello, Thomas. Good afternoon. Let's go. Number one.
Good afternoon. So,
Thomas.
we have 80. And low RSI. Oh, brother. I hope your low RSI is going to save you. But today we have no less than the ADP non-farm employment. So, quick microphone check. Can you hear me?
Now can hear you.
Can you see me?
Yep.
Can you see the screen?
Yes.
Yeah.
Good. ADP non-farm employment is coming up in 4 minutes, so we better do some analysis because I want to trade it. Well, not that I really want to trade it. I want to see the result because ADP non-farm employment, and listen to this, is very important. According to many economists and traders, it's a good way to forecast the actual NFP, which is coming up on Friday. Now, last month we had a huge success looking at ADP non-farm employment and then going into a trade before NFP. And it was just bang on. So last time economists heavily undershot. Look at that. Now it's almost half of the previous forecast, but it was the same before and it was actually double. So my guess today is that gold is going to go down, but this is only a guess based on that economists constantly miss forecasting ADP and NFP as well. The last year, 11 out of 12 forecast was actually incorrect on NFP forecast. So if you look at the labor market, it's extremely strong, suggesting that we have wage inflation, and that is going to create more inflation, and inflation will bring continuous elevated high interest rates or even more rate hikes. It's not off the table. So I have a small short position on gold, and if you want to talk technicals, you can see this descending channel. Gold has retested the top trend line again. Is the second time. It may or may not going to hold. Forget the RSI, forget the technicals. The data is going to decide, and we have 2 minutes. Now, if the data is going to be higher than the forecast, even if it's lower than the previous, gold is going to drop at least 100 pips. Now, if ADP is lower than the forecast or in line with the forecast, gold is going to break out from this descending whatever channel is, and then it's going to go higher. So, quick question. What do you think is going to be the result? We have 2 minutes. Is gold going to fly or dump today?
Going to dump for me.
Definitely not.
Do you know the data?
Not yet. I'm waiting.
Oh, I was hoping that someone knows the data. Anyway, what positions do you guys have open?
I have nothing.
I have some sales on gold. Speculating. This is only speculative, so no major risk or anything, just
I have
speculative.
position on Euro USD. So,
Do you have the stop loss?
Thomas, I have questions about CAD.
Sorry, the
GBA.
Albert just asked about the stop loss. I have 1971 and 1975, so just above the previous levels. And yes, Hubert, what was your question?
I have question about CAD JPA because the news is US that many.
Was the question about CAD? Anyway, we have 40 seconds left. I couldn't hear the second half of the question. Maybe the line was interrupted, or I don't know. But my expectation is that the number is going to be higher, which is going to be south for gold. Now, this is a very risky position. It's a speculative position, so do not attempt to go on, heavyweight lots or anything. Trading is your only responsibility and your trading decision. You're responsible for your own trading decision. It is my money, and I made the bet that price is going to be lower than the forecast, higher than the forecast. And we have one, and here's the number. Let's see. What is the ADP non-farm month? 278. Oh, God. It's just so fucking easy.
Tam, it's Niagara.
Yeah, God. Juicy. Very nice. Already running in 30 pips. God, I love when they always misforecast the ADP and NFP. So I'm gonna take one position off the table because it's good money. I'm going to move stop losses a little bit lower, reducing and limiting the risk. Let's go in a lower time frame. So the reason why gold immediately dropped is because of the reasons I just explained before the drop actually happened. ADP just printed a very inflationary number. I mean, again, it's the same scenario every single time in the past few months. They forecast half of it, and it's actually double. It's not the first time that they did this. And if the number is inflationary, then gold is just simply going to, to melt because it's inflationary. If it's a higher number, gold is definitely bearish. We had a very good, how many pips? Yeah, 45 pips currently running. Not too bad. Anyone made some profit?
Yes.
Very good, very good. Okay.
I tried to be cheeky and put a sell order at 1968, so it didn't. I didn't open it.
Oh no, God! But that would have been nice. Okay.
But most of the time, first it goes the other direction just for a little bit, and then goes to the correct direction. It didn't happen this time.
Yeah, sometimes the slippage, the spread, etc. Many things. So let me just quickly post it into our private Discord. That was an easy trade, wasn't it?
Yes, when you have the right fundamentals.
Macroeconomics at its best. Boom, 60 pips. How fucking nice.
Wagwan, Jamaica.
Oh, hello, I'm Crypto saying I see gold is pulling back from here. It could pull back from anywhere. Important thing is that we look at the next set of data, guys, because if you thought that it was it for the day, you are very, very wrong. That was the easy part. Now we have jobless claims. It's a labor market data. And then we're going to have manufacturing PMI, ISM manufacturing PMI, services PMI at 4 o'clock. So if you think that you can sit back and relax, you are fucking wrong. Market is always changing. Data is always coming up every single minute. You have to be on your toes. You have to watch the data. You have to read the news because the market is changing. The market is moving. News is coming out. You have to listen to the market. So the next set of data is coming up in 10 minutes actually. So I did the first one for you guys, the ADP non-farm employment. Now I let you do the work with the labor market data, continuing jobless claims. Is there anything else important? No, just the jobless claims. So ADP is out of the way. Delete this. Now what happens if the initial and continuing jobless claims is lower than expected, lower than a forecast? Is it inflationary or deflationary?
Inflationary.
Why?
Inflationary.
Why? Explain.
More claims is deflationary because
Less.
more people are losing their job, less money in circulation.
Did I say lower or higher? God, I'm forgetting already. So what happens?
You say lower.
Lower. Okay, so if it's lower, less jobless claims, it is inflationary, absolutely. If it's inflationary, is it gold going to go up or down?
Down, drop.
Yes. Okay, well done, guys. Well done. Now, what happens if the number is actually higher? Obviously, it's the opposite. Yes, gold is going to go higher. Well, it's going to be difficult to beat this fucking ADP and FP number. It's doubled in the forecast, almost doubled in the forecast. But in theory, this is how you should analyze market-moving fundamental news. The first thing you need to decide how many possible scenarios there are. Obviously, there's in a better way, there's 3 different scenarios: higher, lower, same. Then you can factor in significantly lower than expected, etc., etc. But 2 base scenarios, higher or lower, and then you need to conclude whether the higher or the lower number is inflationary or disinflationary, deflationary. Once you get that, trading is just so freaking easy. You don't even need a trend line. You just conclude the number, and if there is a single set of data, if there is a lot of data coming out at the same time, now you're screwed. because that's bad. It's too difficult to trade. But when you have this very nicely evenly spread data, ADP, and then 15 minutes later jobless claims, and then an hour later manufacturing PMI, it just a fucking paradise. We're going to make money every single time with the same scenario analysis. And you don't need anything else. You don't need indicators. You don't need anything else. You just need to use your brain, which everyone has a brain. You just need to follow the same steps every single time, every single day of the year. This scenario analysis doesn't change. And it has the highest hit rate in trading. Let's have a look on the positions. All right, I'm going to book in some more profit because it's 70 pips now.
Thomas?
Yes?
No.
Okay. The job opening and the jobless claim, initial jobless claim is correlated, right?
There's a lot of background noise. I couldn't hear it.
Sorry. The job opening and the labor turnover survey, and as well as the initial job claims, it's correlated, right?
Say it again. I heard the jobless claims, and what was the other one?
The job openings.
The job openings.
Job openings and the labor turnover survey. If that figure is high, obviously the jobless claim will be lesser. Am I right to say that?
Very good, very good. I like this logical reasoning. Let's have a look on the forecast.
Yes.
So the forecast for jobless claims is actually higher, both the initial and the continuing jobless claims. How can that be? There's so many jobs opening and they forecasting a high number. But actually the number in the past few months is actually decreasing or not as strong as they're forecasting. So I would go with your hypothesis that the number is going to be lower because we have more jobs opening. There's more opportunity for the unemployed to take up those jobs.
I mean, rationally speaking, the jobless claim should be lesser due to high job openings.
Yeah, I think so as well. I think it's going to be another inflationary data. So, good news, guys. I'm reopening the memberships on the website. So if anybody wants to join, if you go to the alphafx.eu website, if you want to get the same daily analysis, if you go to the website, currently it says sold out. But because many people are interested to join, I decided to reopen it. So let me work my magic, quickly go into the codes. Update. Let's hit refresh. Boom! 5 spaces. Let me do with the other one. Refresh. Boom! So, link in the YouTube chat right now. Take it. There's only 10 spaces available, guys. Not more, not less. Have a look in the position. It's running strong. How many minutes we have until the next set of data?
4.
3.
3 minutes. Oh my god. We're about to do some analysis in it.
No, we're good with gold.
How you doing, Tez?
I'm alright, man. Enjoying the ride with gold. I took profits on the NAS drop earlier on from yesterday. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. Actually, there was Andrew G. Andrew or someone else as well who was selling NAS. And I jumped
I
on.
would have gone to it, but I was like, make the money, take the money, let's go.
Right, 2 minutes. Easy life.
Easy.
How you doing, Don?
All good. I took a buy from the bottom, I sell on the top, and now I'm gonna buy again.
You buying again?
Yeah, equal highs.
Oh
And then I have
my
a
God.
limit at the equal high. Stop loss is there. Because the way it's moving, it's like ranging, so it's gonna be up and down.
Oh, 2 minutes and it's coming up. So exciting. One set of data out of the way, easy 80 pips. Let's call it 100.
Jobless.
What do you think about gold after news? Asked by Pokarel Suchan. I explained it. Buy or sell? Well, you have to sit on your hands because we have another set of data coming up in 1 minute. That is going to determine whether we're going to continue selling or we're going to jump into a buy. Simple as that. What do I think? It doesn't matter what do I think.
I will close my sale and proceed to buy.
Oh, what did you see? All right. 1 minute, 45 seconds, 40 seconds. So exciting. All we have to watch is whether the number is higher or lower. If the number is going to be lower, then it's an easy sell. Now, labor market data is going to be a little bit tougher than the ADP. ADP was a very nice 100 pip. And we have 20 seconds, ladies and gentlemen. Place your bets, get your wife's or husband's credit card, because data is coming up in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And let's see whether the data is going to be higher or lower. Coming up, coming up, coming up. Gold is pushing back up, and I still can't see the number. Can anyone see the number? All right.
Lower.
It is the same. It is the same. There's no change. So we still have a strong labor market. In my narrative, in my translation, interpretation, is inflationary. Let me just see, is there any breaking news? In my opinion, is inflationary, but it's in line with forecasts. So let's see how the market is reacting. I'm still staying in the sells. Continuing slightly less, meaning that more people staying into unemployment. Two, 3, 2. I think there's going to be a retest, but now, because the data was in line with expectation, we have to wait and see how the market is going to react. It's not up to me or my analysis to decide whether gold is going to go up or down. It's coming back up, and the market is waiting for some direction. And if everything lines up with my analysis, then this is nothing more than just a retest of the daily pivot, and price should continue lower. If the market is picking up on the other side of the story, which is, oh, it is in line with expectation, labor market is doing just fine, not inflationary, then it's going to revisit 1970, 1971. Let me see the alerts. United States jobless claims. If you want to hear my analysis, I think it's going to be a retest. But the next set of data is going to be more meaningful, which is going to be the manufacturing PMI, the ISM, which is coming up in 1 hour and 30 minutes. So I'm still holding the sells. Quickly, let's have a look on the open positions. I took most of the profits already. And I'm not entering into another new position. Not planning. I'm waiting for the PMI. PMI is going to be easier to trade. So I'm going to close down one more position and leaving 2 positions open because the market is quite wobbly now. I told you jobless claims won't be as easy at ADP, non-farm employment, but I'm still sticking to the analysis, which is on the inflationary bias. What's your view on the data? What's your view on the data which was just printed? How the market is going to react?
Ah oui, j'ai vu la story de Steve. Que c'est bon de reprendre, les mecs. Les portions.
Parlez-vous français, Nagraju? Ça va, Kukudala?
Oh, sorry, Thomas. I did not get you.
Oh, was it you who was speaking French?
No, English.
Oh, someone was speaking French.
Ça va bien. Merci
Ça
beaucoup.
va bien. Parlez-vous
Merci
français?
beaucoup.
Parlez-vous Françoise?
Monsieur, mulai ko ko siya ben mo assess mo amdi.
Very good.
Real life.
On deux, trois. Tarari comme ci, comme ça. Alright. Looks like that the market, curva, is behaving nicely. We had a bit of pushback because of the in line with expectation jobless claims, but it is inflationary in it. Didn't go down. It was in line and it was actually very close to the previous one. It's hovering around initial at 230, continuing at around 1.8, and you see the standard deviation at this case wasn't as significant as with the ADP. They forecasted half for ADP, but for jobless claims, the standard deviation wasn't too great, wasn't too much. It was almost like the previous number. Alright guys, next set of data coming up. Manufacturing PMI in 1 hour and 10 minutes and then 1 hour and a half. So what should we do until we have what should we do for the next hour and 30 minutes?
Buy and hold.
Buy gold. Buy.
Buy and hold.
Buy and hold. No, we don't do that.
Tom, do you have care about US 30? Tom?
Yeah, we can have a look on US 30. Let's clean up the chart. US 30 is all over the place. I mean, look at this price action. Dip, 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 come back up. It looks like the fucking Batman sign.
Thomas,
Hmm.
our group there, somebody posted saying that the house passes debt limit bill in bipartisan vote to avert default.
Manu, your mic is
Sorry,
what
very
did you
sorry.
say?
No, the Parliament apparently they have passed the debt limit bill in bipartisan vote. So hence, wouldn't that impact the goal? Like, no, definitely it's going to be a sell on goal, right?
Yeah. Yes. Anyone holding GJ? God, that was a nice trade. Almost hit TP. I mean, GJ was... Seriously, it's always a buy in the past few months. Since the UK is struggling with inflation. All you have to do is a free tip for everyone who's outside the Alpha members. GBP Japanese yen, until they change the monetary policy in Japan, just keep buying GJ every single pullback. The reason for this is because there is a massive interest rate differential and the UK is expected to print more interest, print higher data, so increase interest rate further, because the UK is struggling with inflation. They're back to double digits. And you can see that the UK and the US is leading the game of rates, who's have the highest interest rates. And the UK is expected to continue to increase, whereas the US is just paused. So the UK will offer the highest rates, therefore it's not USD Japanese yen, it's going to be GBP Japanese yen, the new long. And if you look at Japan is offering low interest rates for like 3 decades. The interest rate differential, the higher the interest rate in one country than the other, the local currency is going to appreciate against the other one, which will depreciate. So in case it's the yen. Let's have a look. Gold. Gold, you cheeky fucker. You pulled back. Logged in most of the profits and waiting for the next set of data.
In my opinion, it was a 50% retracement because it went up $10, it went down $5. Now it's
US is melting, sorry. US 30 is melting. FX Carter all blues. US 30 is melting. Yeah. I'm not feeling too optimistic to jump into, not too confident to jump into a trade. I'm going to punish myself and continue to trade. I'm going to punish myself and continue to trade gold.
Thomas, yield and DXY are falling.
Certainly it is. But how deep are the yields are going to fall?
Euro flying, GB, GU flying. Flying like flying.
Yeah, USD is getting weaker. Now gold might have a chance to pump up because of the weakening US dollar. The yields, I wouldn't consider the yields too much because it did retrace, but overall, look at the trend. It's meaningless. So what should we do for the next hour until we have the next set of data? Sunny says, of course, in your opinion, you state the past info. Not really sure. What do you mean about that?
I think we should analyze the coming news previous data, see what the reaction is going to be, up or down.
Yeah, that's what we do. And someone posted that, in your opinion, you state the past info. Well, anyway, another homeless.
Compliments.
All right. Yeah, I'm going to work on the promo flyer and you guys can ask questions, or we can do something fun, hang out together in it. Wagwan.
Wagwan, Tom, I call out for today, Tom. I have a profit, and then that's enough for me today.
You made the money.
Thomas.
You made the money, and you took
Take
the money.
the money. Yes, of course. Thanks for the knowledge.
Very good,
Thomas,
brother.
thanks for the knowledge and the opportunity to join your beautiful family Alpha team. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome, brother. You actually made twice profit today, because the morning setup was very good. And see you later, Dennis. Have a good day.
Thank you, Tom. Take care and God bless.
Thank you. Now, I want to ask everyone who's watching the stream, please, 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 hit the like button, hit the thumbs up button. There's only 135 people liked it, and almost 500 of you watching. So if you're enjoying the stream, if you get value, if you're learning, that's the most important. If you get any value out of the stream, appreciate my efforts and hit the like button now. And leave a comment in the chat. So today we had the morning analysis. US job openings unexpectedly rose in April, and data for prior month was revised. So that was the JOLTS job openings. Sent out the morning trade, and that was a beautiful 100 pip trade. Of course it pulled back before ADP, but then we smashed it again and re-entered into a sell. Boom, another 100 pip. Very nice. One, two, 1, 2.
Yeah, loud and clear.
Loud and clear. So I'm writing emails and just doing some stuff. What do you want to do? So just focus on gold, have a chit chat. Okay. So I reopened the membership joining a few minutes, 10 minutes ago, and there was 5 spaces left for Pro and for Premium. Let's have a quick look. Whoa, 5 new members. There's only 3 spaces left for the Premium and 2 for the Pro. It's going to fill up very fast. It's only first day of June. I guess people like to learn or want to learn macroeconomics.
Hey, Thomas. Now, when the US 30s was melting, what in your opinion what caused it? That's data for the laboring market?
It could be. How about we try to analyze what was the effect, what could have been the effect of the ADP non-farm employment on US 30. So Stoyan, if in your opinion, the labor market, the ADP non-farm employment just printed a whopping number of almost double than the forecast. How does it affect, or what is the effect of this print on the stock market? Try to describe it with your own words. Try to use the same logic I use every single day.
I'm really confused. That's why I asked.
No, it's fine. Let me help you. So the first thing we need to do, stock market is a little bit different than gold, but essentially the same kind of variables impacting and affecting. So if we have a higher job number, non-farm employment, let's have a definition first. What is the ADP non-farm employment change? The ADP National Employment Report is a measure of the monthly change in non-farm private employment based on the payroll data of business clients. The release 2 days ahead of government data is a good predictor for government. Oh God, so much. Higher than expected reading should be taken as positive bullish for the USD, while lower. I was looking for something else. So this is the number of jobs being created and taken up. So if there's more jobs created, one perspective is always the monetary policy. Because the number was inflationary, again, it dropped for the same reason as gold dropped, because it's inflationary. On the other hand, these people, there's barely any unemployment in the US, which means these people can spend, they get wages and they spend their wages. So it's a difficult one on the US stocks. It's not a clear answer. In my opinion, it's dropped because the market interpreted the data as inflationary, and inflation and interest rate hike again is bad for not just for gold but for US stocks. Mark Doms is asking. No, anyway, Stoyan, did I answer your question?
Yes.
All right. Mark Doms is asking, is PMI the same as CPI, brother? No, absolutely. Two different things. PMI is a purchasing manager index and CPI is a price index. It measures the change in prices month on month, year on year. Whereas PMI, the manufacturing index, measures whether the manufacturing sector is expanding or contracting. Two very different data sets.
Hello, Thomas.
Hello.
It's Charles here.
How you doing, brother?
I'm doing good, bro. How are you doing?
Very well. Just booked 100 pips profit twice today on gold.
Congrats. Thomas, I want to ask a question. It may sound silly, but you can clear me. I want to ask that how the countries print their currencies. If we are talking about US, they can print dollars as much as they want, but how the other countries print their currencies with respect to dollars, as we know that dollar is a reserve currency in almost every country of the world. So what do you think, or how other countries print their currencies with respect to dollar? How much currency they can print? Is there any limit or not?
It's a good question. They can print as much as they want because there is no gold reserve any longer. So there is nothing that they could. There is no limit what they can print basically. But the problem is, the more they print, it's going to devalue the currency, because if you have an oversupply of an asset, the value is going to go down. This is supply and demand. And how they print money? They print the same way as the US. They use monetary policy to print, so they can expand the money supply, or they can reduce the money supply. Also, they can use minimum reserve requirement ratios. So, do you guys know actually how money is being created?
No, that is what I really want to ask. That how wealth is generated.
How many of you thinks that they print physical paper money?
Thomas, as I know, earlier they used to use paper. Now in computer they make as they want. It's a matter of 2 clicks. I mean, after permission. they get.
Yes, but it's not like they click one button and suddenly there's $1 trillion, because that money should go somewhere, so they cannot just shovel money into someone's bank account. No. That's not how money is actually being created. For a long time, I want to do another session on the economic session, is how money is actually being created. So we talked about monetary system, wage rates, recession, but actually money is we need to talk about it. So money, there are many theories that how money is being created. At university, there are actually one mainstream theory which they teach, which is the money multiplier. Let's have a look, because I need to brush up my knowledge on this one. Yes, so the money multiplier is basically someone's asset is another person's liability, right? So if you have $100, you take it to the bank. The bank is allowed to take it as a deposit. So it's going to be the bank's liability and your asset. And the bank is allowed to re-lend 90% or 80% of your money to someone else. And that is going to be a liability for someone else. And your money will become the bank's asset that they just lent out. And that money is going to land on someone else's bank account as an asset. And because it's in a bank account, the bank can further lend out 80% of the loan, and so on and so on. So it's crazy how money is being created. And now we're living in a debt economy. And this is how money, this is the mainstream theory which they teach at university, the money multiplier. So someone's asset becomes a liability. You deposit money in the bank account, and the bank is going to lend it out, and then becomes an asset, and so on and so on. Now, it only works when the interest rate is low, and people want to take out loans. So the money is flying, circulating in the economy. But when interest rate is high, like now, deliberately high to stop motivating people or demotivate people to take out loans, this circle stops, because who would be that fucking crazy to take out 40% personal loan with 40% interest? No one. So this way,
yeah, that's right. Can I add something? That almost all the countries trade in US dollars. So let me take an example of oil. If any country is buying in oil in US dollar and selling it in its own currency in their native, in their public. So when the oil becomes expensive in dollars, how the country is paying in dollars now? So how it can be useful to make it expensive in your own currency? As far as any country is paying in dollars, it mainly depends upon their imports and exports. If their exports are higher, then they would have reserve dollars. They would pay in dollars. But if they are buying oil in dollars and they're selling in their own currency, then, and if they are selling it in expensive, like oil prices in international market are high, they're gonna increase the prices in their local currency. How why they are doing this? For that they are controlling the supply of oil to reduce the consumption in their country. That's why they higher prices in their local currency.
So there are actually multiple questions in your question. So the first one is, we have a petrodollar system. So oil is denominated in US dollar. Anyone who wants to buy oil, they have to pay hard dollar. The next question is whether the local currency, yes, they're going to resell it in Hungarian forint or euro, whatever is the local currency. And what was the actual question, Atsas? Why is it so expensive?
Yeah, if the oil is expensive in international market, so if they are selling it in local market, they are buying in dollars.
Yeah.
They can sell in local currencies, but in same price. But for example, if I am living in Pakistan, the oil prices in last 2 years are almost doubled in local currency.
Yeah.
But they are not doubled in international market in dollar currency. Okay. So
That means they're screwing you over. Sorry to say that, but yeah, they're overcharging you. Or they may make it be, because the government needs money, everyone is using cars, smoking cigarettes, drinking alcohol, and the biggest money for a government is taxing oil, tobacco, and alcoholic drinks. And now they recently the sugar tax and the taxation. So if the tax is higher, then it could be that the added value on top of the purchase price of the oil, which is the tax, that's the added value, that's what you're paying higher. That's an explanation why it is higher in your country.
Yeah, so they are collecting taxes from oil and spending it somewhere in some other sections of the market.
No, it's spending, I don't know why the government is spending that money, but this is just one explanation why your local oil prices have gone up.
Yeah, they are almost double now.
You have to look at the whole economy. You're in Pakistan, right? Are you in Pakistan? Do you live in Pakistan?
Yeah, I live in Pakistan.
So Thomas actually answered you very correctly. But the thing is, oil could also rise because your local government is spending its own money to buy U.S. oil, and thus, what are they doing? They are increasing the supply of their money, and they are increasing demand for U.S. dollar. So gold, so local prices for U.S. oil will depend not only on this specific situation, but also what is the government doing with its whole economy, whether it is pro-inflationary or whether it is restrictive. If it is restrictive, you could actually have fall in all prices in your economy. But it's really a complex situation. Thomas really gave you one good example.
Yeah, Ivan is. That's why I invited Ivan to the group, because he's just fucking badass. He likes economics as well. He knows economics as well, and there's another perfect explanation of why the oil prices, could go higher. Supply of demand of local currency. There's many reasons why. But thank you so much, Ivan. I truly appreciate. Every single time a word leaves your mouth, it's just a fucking jam. You are a fountain of knowledge.
Thank you. I must admit, you are one of few people that I can actually talk economics that deeply with, because I finished economics as a faculty, but there are very few people that can talk macroeconomics and combine it with financials that easily.
But even when I came out from university, I wasn't interested too much in. Well, I was interested in economics, but actually when I started trading, that was the real breakthrough for me in economics. And still to date, there's not many people who I can talk economics at a deep level. And I'm planning to go back to study or to revisit some of the old books because, it's fascinating how the economy is run. But the more we learn the reality, the worse it becomes.
Yeah, that's true. I like reading old economists, especially now that inflation is the theme. The old Yugoslav economists were actually very, very intellectual about fighting the inflation in the Yugoslavian era.
I know I'm not familiar with the former Yugoslavian economist. One guy I've heard about is Karpolany, who happens to be Hungarian, and it was one of my professors, one of the favorite economists, because if you and by the way, gold is going up, so I pulled that from the positions now, and I don't have any open positions on gold. I'm waiting for the PMI data. And what I wanted to say is, if Ivan, if you look at the economics, you studied economics, and probably you and I studied the same economics. Where did you graduate? Which uni?
University of Zagreb.
Okay, it's a very good university. Do they do pluralistic education?
Yes, they do.
Not many universities does that. So pluralism in economics is something which was a hot topic about 10 years ago, because the monetary system and economics developed really in the 1930s, 1920s. That's when we had John Maynard Keynes, we had Hayek, and all the famous economists. And when the US was struggling to grow, and all countries struggled to grow after the war reparations, they came up with the current monetary and economic system theories. And the problem with that is it's outdated now. We didn't have this much debt back in the days, in 1920s, 1930s. We didn't have credit cards. Everything changed. We didn't have there were no derivative markets, no options. There were futures, but no options contracts for sure. The problem is that at university, they only teach one side of the story, which is the Keynesian economics, it's outdated now. The problem is there is no alternative solution, and they don't teach alternative solutions at university. Even if there was an alternative solution, it would be extremely difficult to change the system that we live in now. And I started to revisit some of the old economists, as mentioned by Ivan, who can offer some alternatives to the current system. And Karl Polanyi is one of them, who's actually a very good economist, and I can recommend to everyone. End of the thought.
Yeah, definitely. We also studied mainly Keynesian economics, but I'll try to increase my level of knowledge studying monetarism, especially after the Phillips curve failure, if you remember, in 1960s, 1970s.
Mm-hmm.
And also the new RBA models right now, the effect of expectations. And yeah, it's just pretty interesting. I don't know if people knew that, but Keynes was actually a trader and was really successful one trader.
Oh God!
Thomas,
Just 1 second. You Ivan just opened up a can of worms. So many names just pop into my head and memories about economists. Yes, what was the question?
Thomas, I am also a student of business administration. So once in second semester, our professor told us that it was about in 2020 when it was coronavirus, and US I think printed $3 trillion for the public. So it was circulated. The news was circulating that US is gonna default. So our professor told us that, remember one thing, US is never gonna default until you would see someday in the world that the international trade is happening in some other currency, and at that time he told us that 80% of the world's international trade is happening in US dollar. And if you see that that the 80% number is decreasing to 40%, 50%, and that then you would say that US economy is going to be weaker and weaker until if the international trade is happening in US dollar and the confidence of all the countries in the world is same throughout the years, US is never gonna default. So can you shed some light on this topic?
Can you just narrow down the question into one sentence, a short sentence?
Yeah, I want to ask that, do you see the US dollar is weakening due to some countries who are going to hand up and bring their own currency to trade at international level?
So do you want to ask if the US dollar could be changed from being a reserve currency. Not now. Not now. The reason why, did you know that the sterling was actually the reserve currency for 300 years?
Yeah, I heard about that.
So the sterling, the British pound, was the reserve currency for 300 years. The British Empire was great, huge. India, Cayman Islands, Bahamas, Hong Kong, just
including
huge.
United States.
Yeah, the empire. And the reason why, obviously after the world wars, the UK lost its fame, it lost its shine, its glory, and needed a lot of money. And the US was sitting on shit ton of money, and it took over the role of reserve currency, the US dollar. Now the reason why the US managed to hold its stance because they developed the petrodollar system. So in Bretton Woods, when they signed the agreement that everyone will come off from gold, the US said actually, okay, yeah, we can print money, but how about you pay all the raw materials and oil, gold. How about we denominate in dollar? And that was a cheeky request because they created an artificial demand for US dollar 24/7 since they signed it. And that is going to be extremely difficult to change. BRICS coming up with their own currency. China is trying to push the yuan, and it's all dream, but it's going to be hard to come off from the US dollar because dollar is king.
And any currency that tries to take over, they don't live very long.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is something I want to ask because in Asian countries like India, China, Brazil, have you heard about BRICS?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, they are really trying. They are really trying to bring their own currency, as in Dubai and in UAE, the Indian currency is working, and in May the Indians are trying hard to bring their currency to trade internationally in their own currency with Russia, with China. That is what is happening in Asia right now. That's why I was asked.
Yeah, it's all hold each other hand and sing together and become a wholly united family. Go against the bad dollar. It's all the dream that the dog is only barking. So anyway, dollar is king. If you want a good read, I can recommend The Almighty Dollar. It's a very good reading. It brings you into perspective and up to speed about how the dollar become the strongest currency.
Oh no, look what they've done to Gaddafi.
Oh God.
Look what they've done to Gaddafi. This one is good.
He tried to take over the dollar. No more Gaddafi.
Oh.
I think Saddam tried to change it. Oil
if you study the history, meaning current U.S. economic debt, I don't know which webpage I found that some of fiscal policy webpage on USA. USA is around $31 trillion indebted, and what is very important when you're looking at the debt of a country is who are they indebted to? Out of 31 trillion, they owe themselves around 23 to 24 trillion. Out of this 24 trillion, I think, if I remember correctly, 19 is owed to Federal Reserve, and China and Japan actually hold around $8 trillion. So even though debt to GDP is, I think, above 100%, this is still a situation which they can continuously lift up their debt ceilings because Federal Reserve can always back them up. And they are the main holders of the debt. But if your country debt holders are foreigners, meaning let's say you are Turkey and your debt holders are Germany, Greece, United Kingdom, USA, and not your own people, then that's a big difference, and then there is a risk of default.
Another topic that we can discuss is why I'm in a sell position when the gold is going up.
I don't know. Why are
You
you?
want to screw your account?
It's still struggling to break through 1970. It's a very strong resistance level. Came back to retest it. Now waiting for the PMI data. That is going to definitely make or break in 21 minutes and 51 minutes. It's going to decide about the direction. I'm re-entering into a small sell position. I closed most of the profits after we had this nice 100 pip drop and re-entering into a sell. That is the only position I have open. Nothing else. No GJ, no US 30, no NASDAQ, just the good old gold. I like to punish myself with this shit.
I'm in a sale from 1965, so maybe soon I'm gonna get break even.
Hopefully. I think until we have the PMI, gold is just going to massage that 1970 price level. Stats Code Dennis is asking, Tomasz, where can you learn fundamentals? Where can I learn, or what can you learn? You can do your own. I mean, literally, you have a ton of free books online. You can start reading. I read a lot, as you can see behind me. You can start reading. Just choose a topic. You can go to university. You can do crash courses. There's many things you can do, or it depends how motivated you are and what is
Thomas,
your goal.
did you start? Sorry, did you start with in your university with Paul Samuel's Basics of Economics? Was this the first textbook that you studied, if you remember?
No. It was History of Economics. It was well, we had different topics, so not every single subject was the same. But in first year, we started with the history, with neoliberalism and all that.
Mm-hmm. And macroeconomics, we studied from Blanchard. Olivier
Yes.
Blanchard.
Yeah. We used that one. I don't know how to pronounce. I think he has a broccoli book now. Blanchard or Blanchard. Yeah, macroeconomics. Yes, that's the one. I think we studied from this one or something similar. But actually, even these, what was the other one? The other guy name?
Paul Samuelson.
No. It was the guy. Mankiv was the other one that we used. That's Paul Samuelson. But there was another guy who actually still lives to date. Magro Hill, yes. And he was a former board member or governor of the Fed. Anyway, so let's have a look on the position on gold. Oh, not again. More profits. Fucking hell. God. We are on fire today. And triple your money Thursday. Now, let's have a look.
Thomas, are you gonna decorate your new office with the $100 bills?
Yeah.
All over the walls?
No, I wouldn't do that. That's too cocky. Only $50.
Nah, 500 euro bills.
Nah, I do have some ideas, but first we need to do the house and then do the decorations. Yeah, only 3 spaces left to join the Alpha community for limited time. I wanted to do 10 spaces. I did 10 spaces for the month of June. It's only the first day and only 3 spaces left. We do morning briefings every single day, live morning trading, where I talk about macroeconomics the same way as I do now, and then talk about technicals, fundamentals, macroeconomics, what drives the markets. And we do the afternoon live trading session where I invite some of you from YouTube. What do you get? What else do you get from the membership, guys? Not much, apparently. I throw you. Yeah, you get to see this bald mother tucker every day, twice. I throw in a happy meal as well if you join.
We get a morning briefing every
Unity
morning.
and friend.
You get to share your chart and people review on it and get some feedback.
Oh.
You got knowledge.
BHFX Trading Empire is asking gold to start selling from current price level. Thomas, what do you say? You tell me. You're the fucking trading empire, buddy. I am in a sell position, running in a whopping 13 pips profit. But it's a very tight stop loss. I'm waiting for PMI because ultimately PMI is going to decide the future of gold. God, good God. I had an afternoon sleep and I'm just feeling so tired. Who's sniffing coke?
Day traders.
Yep, heavy drinking, cocaine. Still 13 pips profit.
How much time left?
I don't know.
30 minutes.
There is another PMI coming up in 8 minutes. Oh, that's Canada. Shit. Then we have 23 minutes. Sorry. Yeah, 20 minutes. So, who wants to take the honor to do the analysis for the PMI? I did the analysis for ADP. I did the analysis for jobless claims with the help of some of you. So, now it's time that you guys try to do it on your own. I'm here to help. Essentially, the goal of the live sessions, of the morning briefings, of everything I do, the goal is you to learn how to do macroeconomic analysis on your own. I won't be around here every single day, and the best investment is in your own education. So who wants to volunteer to do a flash analysis on PMI and gold? Oh, Minsky. Ivan, I just popped in my mind. Have you heard about Minsky?
Yes, I have.
I can try to give my amateur's opinion.
All right, let me just... Actually, I think it was...
Initially, I liked
Yes.
Austrian School of Economics.
The
but then later
Hayek one.
disagreed. Hayek, the Austrian School of Economics, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, initially I liked them because of the they pegged US dollar and the currencies to gold, I believe. And yeah, they had some great critiques of the Keynesian and classical school of economics thought. But then I kind of switched more to a monetary school of economics, mainly because of the Phillips curve changes that Friedman explained, and also I mostly only when inflation is on supply side, but all else I agree that inflation is predominantly a monetary phenomenon, and that's I also like, if you have ever watched, I believe you have Friedman's lectures, they are free on YouTube. He's really an eloquent speaker.
Some of them, yes. And I like Paul Krugman, Friedman as well. And just quickly off topic, have you seen this video about, now we talked about Keynes and Hayek. There was two opposing economic theories. School.
No, I haven't.
Welcome, sir. It's a pleasure.
Pleasure's all mine.
Your agenda.
Hold on.
Lord Keynes, welcome. Lord Keynes, welcome, sir. It's a pleasure.
Pleasure's all mine.
Your agenda.
As John Maynard Keynes, he was the rock star of economics because he came up with this idea of spend your way out of recession, which stupid idea put us into this shitty economic monetary system. Anyway, he was always a star at every meeting because, you know, he saved the world literally in the 1930s. And Hayek, he was the less famous but the smarter one.
The agenda. Tell them I've arrived. And then tell them I've arrived.
And your name is?
Hayek? F.A. Hayek. With an H.
Freddie. Kane. Hey, listen, party at the Fed.
The good part is coming now.
20 minutes.
Lobby.
Party
John
of the
Maynard
Fed.
Keynes. F.A. Hayek. Yeah, we're opposed.
We oppose each other philosophically.
In the same studio.
We've been going back and forth for a century.
I want to steer markets.
I want them set free. There's a boom and bust cycle and good reason to fear it. Play low interest
No,
rates.
it's the animal spirits. John Maynard Keynes wrote the book on modern macro. The man you need when the economy's off track. Depression, recession, now your question's in session. Have a seat and I'll school you in one simple lesson. Boom, 1929, the big crash. We didn't bounce back, economy's in the trash. Persistent unemployment, the result of sticky wages. Waiting for recovery, that's outrageous. I had a real plan, any fool can understand. The advice real simple, boost aggregate demand. CIG altogether gets to Y. Keep that total growing, watch the economy fly.
We've been going back and forth for a century.
I love this. It's so freaking good.
It's cool.
So
It's
basic.
cool. I look at it.
Yeah, well
What's the
worth
name of
it to
that?
watch it. Was that?
What is the name of that song?
Oh, I send the link in. I send the link into Zoom chat, but it's basically a Fear the Boom and Bust, Keynes versus Hayek.
Thomas, I have a question for you.
That's
What
very
would
good.
you
That's
have
amazing.
done- What would you have done if you had COVID situation, you had an increase in unemployment, and all the factors you already know that risk the macroeconomic picture? Would you increase money spending, monetary aggregates? Would you reduce or increase fiscal spending? What would you do
What
if you
would
were
I do?
prime minister? Yeah.
I would stick to the Keynesian economics. The problem is that it's a tough question, but I would be a safe player if I was prime minister, because trying anything new in the modern economics, in the modern world, trying to steer away from the regular economics, it can be very dangerous, but it can be also very I think it's more dangerous than there's more downside than upside, because you can stir the whole economy into chaos. But if you stick in the middle, go with the herd, especially in Europe, because in Europe there is no single monetary policy. The ECB is definitely eyeballing everyone. There was only Viktor Orban in Hungary, who was allowed to be always a strong man, to try new things, because he was actually he was tested. He tested new things, and Merkel and the ECB, they didn't like it, but they were curious that, okay, this is an idiot, but what if he's right? Because they have the monetary union system, the EMU, and they were always curious about, okay, so they know it's not working because the EU is designed to fail for many reasons, and Orban was the one who said, like, no, we're not going to do the same way the monetary policy as you want, and they let Orban do it. And going back to your question, what would I do? I would stick with the mainstream economics, because you can't come off that easy from the current monetary system unless you are North Korea or Turkey.
US market open.
Oh. Let's bring in that US 30. So gold is edging higher, but still massaging 1969, 69, 1970. So I'm gonna wait with gold. US 30 is just dropping. Is it going to pump back up? Who knows? Nasdaq is looking good for a sell, isn't it? What do you think? We had inflationary data printed. Yes.
I'm kind of surprised that US 30 fell more than gold, because somebody could tell that these results are good for U.S. economy, even though the Federal Reserve might hike interest rates more. But
Truth
one
to
could
be
argue
told,
that
truth to be sold. And
higher
by the way,
sentiment should push gold down.
I'm jumping into a Nasdaq sell, but truth to be told, sometimes I don't understand stock market. Obviously, it's a centralized market, and there are many market moving factors which we won't ever be able to fully understand. The forces behind these stocks and indices. And why did it drop more than gold? Who knows? Oh, gold is pumping. Let's have a look on the position. Oh, I hit out from my position. Hit stop loss. Damn it. That was unexpected. Oh, kind of hurt now. What's going to happen to gold?
I hope it goes to 53.
1953.
Yeah, 1950.
Okay, let me just go back to the chart. The problem with gold is that it's on the edge. On oh god, what happened?
It's broken the channel.
This. Did it break the channel? No. That's what I wanted to look. That it didn't break the channel. We have the same shitty whack-a-mole coming out, pulling back in. Oh no, going in, pulling out. You know, in and out, in and out. It does the same. You know, coming up a little bit, then pulling back. Little fake outs after fake outs. Yesterday there was 3 fucking fake outs, and everyone was like, "Oh, it broke the channel! It broke the channel!" No, it didn't. When the 4-hour candle closes well above 1972, 1974, that's when it broke, and even that is not a guarantee. We need impulse move. We need to see volume. So I'm not going to re-enter at this price level because it is now in the zone, which, you know, God knows what's going to happen.
This should give us good opportunity if we have that ceiling lift off. Gold should fall down and US 30 should jump up.
No, actually, I'm not too sure about it anymore because if you see the narrative on the chart, I deleted the depth ceiling the text because as soon as there was a positive news about the depth ceiling agreement, yields just dropped like crazy. Obviously, the short end because what does the yield represent? The yield represent on the short end of the yield curve is the expectation of interest rate of investors and the fear. And if everything is fine, yields are going to go down. And as soon as they started to drop, gold started to pump up. Exactly the opposite effect what you would expect, because gold is a hedging asset. So hence it was pumped when there was a debt crisis. But as soon as there was a solution, it kept pumped even more when there was a possible solution. So it responded to not just the fact that the risk is averted, but also to the fact that the yields were dropping, which is a phenomenon that is difficult to trade because it is a buy the news and then sell the fact type of scenario.
Yeah, interesting. Now you have me thinking about whether yields were dropping because if there is that ceiling, there will be an increased supply of bonds in the market to increase the debt. Higher supply in bonds should do what to their price? Price should fall and yields should go up. I don't know.
It is a mindfuck, and this is why economics can be very tricky. And many people ask, oh, I want to start learning fundamentals and economics, but you end up where we end up with Ivan. It's like, sometimes it's just you need to step back and focus on what makes the money, because it is fascinating, it's beautiful, but it's not going to make you money, because when you end up with so many different potential outcomes, trust me, you're going to lose money. But if you focus on the data, this data that you see right now, which is coming up in 7 minutes, the first manufacturing PMI, if you focus on this data, then you're going to make money. I proved it twice today with ADP and jobless claims, and then it hit the stop loss, but we're only focusing on wins on live streams. But jokes aside, I proved it yesterday, I proved it today. If you focus on data, that's all you need to do. You need to do the same set of 3 or 5 steps, same analysis, same narrative, and then you can make money. And you don't have to sit in front of the chart. You just wait for the high impact data. I mean, look at the Instagram traders. They never fucking go near around the high impact data because they don't understand what does it mean and how does it affect the market. But once you learn it, it's very simple. Especially when community like us, where we have a dedicated macroeconomics chat, and people help each other, and I do the morning briefings where I explain how these things, economic indicators, affect gold. If you do a scenario analysis, then your chances are going to increase significantly to win. And that as a conclusion, if you want to learn economics, start with the economic indicators. How does it affect the economy? How does it affect several different assets? And we have 6 minutes.
Thomas, we have after 6 minutes one, and after 20 minutes there is another one. PMI.
Yes, the ISM.
ISM, yeah.
So, quick question. Now jobless claims is out of the way. We need to focus on PMI. If the PMI number is going to be higher than expected, let me just mute everyone. If it's higher than expected, the PMI, meaning that there's an expansion in the economy, how is it going to affect gold?
It should drop.
Because it's inflationary, right?
Yep.
How you doing, Dorothy?
I'm good, Thomas. How are you?
Very good. Made good money today.
Well done. I made a little bit, not much, but I'm doing more sitting on my hands at the moment, trying not to be nervous,
Would you like to sit on my hands?
No.
Hi, Habibi.
Sorry.
It's okay, I'm used to it.
And then the other scenario, if you have a lower PMI data print, there's deflationary. Hence gold should go higher. You see, guys, trading isn't hard. Writing is hard. And spelling is hard. It's harder than trading. Still, this is the deadly range. With this, if you look closely on the left, how many it peaked out 3 times, just put its head out. Hello everyone, looked around, boom. Three minutes. And we already have the full scenario analysis. How awesome is that? Let's have a look on the previous PMI numbers. Was it mostly downward surprise? No, it was actually higher surprises. Look at the previous ones. Always printed higher number. Even the forecast was almost in line. But the standard deviation isn't too great for this PMI.
Thomas, what do you think of the new debt ceiling that doesn't have a ceiling? Because they are allowed to print unlimited amount of money.
To be honest, I left following the debt ceiling talks because it involves too much politics and I hate politics. But a debt ceiling without a ceiling, it's god damn it, I need to think that through, buddy. You caught me off guard with that.
Because they just signed a deal, but there's a time frame, but there's no limit. Time frame of 2 years, but there's no limit.
No limit, damn it.
Yeah.
That sounds like very inflationary to me.
Yeah, but even I was expecting a recession if there's a limit, because the government couldn't save the economy. But now, if they can print unlimited amount of money, then what do you think? They can just buy everything now.
There can still be a recession. Yeah. Don't be fooled. There can be still a recession. Yeah. And I think the next recession that's coming is going to be way worse than 2008, because if you look at the Fed balance sheet, I mean, look at how much money they printed since 2008. They're fucking nuts. Up to 2008, the the assets were under 1 trillion, and since 2008, it's a tenfold increase. I mean, come on. It's just too much. Oh, gold is pumping. Still nothing sells, nothing buys, because we have 1 minute until PMI. You can see on the chart, higher PMI is going to be inflationary. That is going to be an easy sell for gold. But if PMI comes out lower, then gold will reach 2000 today. So without knowing the data, we don't have any forecast, such as we did for ADP. We had jolts and other things, but for PMI we don't have. So I'm not going to jump in to anything now, even though I really want to sell. And we have 30 seconds, ladies and gentlemen. $20 seconds. If you see the data, shout it out if it's higher or lower, so I can give you a signal to buy or sell. And 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And 48.4. That's quite deflationary, so I think gold is going to continue to pump a little higher. Yeah, it's in line with expectation. I think gold is going to go higher, but I'm not going to buy. Going to wait for the ISM later on. 15 minutes. If I were to, yeah, I'm not going to buy. But actually, that's quite, yeah, that's deflationary because it's contracting, the PMI. So that should push a little bit higher, but I ain't going to buy it now. I'm waiting for a sell. So, but US 30, on the other hand, I think it's going to be a sell. So let's quickly head into MetaTrader. Let's pop in US 30. No, US 30 is going up. So I'm still in a Nasdaq sell, and I'm holding the sell. Nothing on gold. But on US 30, I would say it's a sell, because it's, even though there's not much manufacturing going on. What do you think? I'm about to fry my brain because I'm talking for 2 hours now. So I'd appreciate some backup, guys.
It's very difficult to talk for 2-3 hours in a row.
I mean,
yeah, especially in a different language.
Thomas, I haven't traded today. I don't think there's any setup, to be fair, especially if you've missed the buys. So maybe today is just one of them slow days.
Yeah, grab a beer, enjoy the sun. Gold is edging higher. Yeah, the PMI is bumping up, but I'm not jumping into buy. Dubai. Is still within the zone. Nope. Waiting for ISM. I entered into a cheeky sell on the US 30, I have to admit. Because the more I look at the ISM data, it's contracting, and that is going to be bad for stock markets, US stocks. And even though I asked for your backup, because my brain is getting fried after 2 hours of live trading, you didn't jump in to help, so I break the silence with the short on US 30.
I'm holding a short on DAX.
That confirms my short on S&P.
That confirms fuck off, guys. You've been trading. Jian, Taz, all of you, you've been, selling and buying, but when I asked you, you don't tell, and now you come forward. Oh.
I'm not sure for today. I'm not holding any position.
Oh shit, that's a bit too much. I wanted to increase the US 30 sell. You see, gold is not pumping as much as it should have. And I think gold is due for a big fucking sell if the data comes out inflationary.
I still have my cell open.
Yeah, I entered into another sell, but don't tell anyone. Tune. Can you hear the music?
Yes.
Yeah.
Smooth.
Very nice, very nice.
I like.
Oh, nice. You're from Bulgaria, right, Stoyan?
Yes, I am.
Balkan Mafia. How many minutes we have until the next PMI? Oh, 7 minutes. It's the same logic.
Thanks. We have a lot of finance and manufacturing. So, where should we focus?
Thomas, I need to go to kindergarten, pick up my daughter. Please,
Okay.
make gold. Please make gold go down.
All right. I
Thank
will
you.
do.
See you later. Bye. Thank you.
See you.
Gold is like woman. It's like he said that and it went up.
That's why I didn't enter into anything yet.
And that's why I'm still holding the buy. 57. $80 and I'm out. Even it goes to 2,000, I don't care.
God, 2 hours of live trading is just everything hurts. I'm getting old for this.
We should put a treadmill.
I was in the gym yesterday. Amrit Vlogs is asking buy or sell. TP, stop loss or salad. No, just wait, guys. Data is out in soon. 3 minutes.
4 minutes.
I'm looking for sells, not buys, but depending on the PMI. So I'm in a sell on US 30 and NES. And on gold. 2 minutes, 40 seconds. So, if you ask me, I'm looking for sells, but depending on the data, guys, who knows? Could go higher, could go lower. Ain't no magician.
Oh, US dollar looks going down.
Which is bullish for gold.
Yes.
What about the yields? All about the yields. Yields going down as well. That's bullish for dollar, for gold as well. Everything is favoring bulls, gold longs.
Euro and GU been falling for 2 weeks. I think it's the retracement time.
1 minute until the PMI. If you see the data before me, just shout it out, please. And hit the like button, guys. Hit that like. 1 minute, 30 seconds. If the PMI comes out higher than expected, that is inflationary, that's going to push back gold into this nice descending channel. If it comes out lower, that's deflationary, which means the Fed is going to cut the rates earlier. Hakan Basaran says trade is gambling now. No, it's fucking economics, mate. Logical reasoning, not gambling. I'm waiting for the data. Don't be stupid. So if the lower PMI is deflationary, that's showing a contracting economy that's going to push up gold to 2000. A higher PMI is inflationary, that's going to push down gold. I'm on the sell side. I'm in a sell position, but only small lot. Nothing crazy.
What? I saw a crazy lot.
20 seconds. Got so many data today, guys. I've done this counting 3 times today. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's look at the PM. Oh, fucking deflationary. Look at that. Gold is going to push higher. I said manufacturing employment. I said that is deflationary. Gold is going to go higher, unfortunately. If you're long, it's your lucky day. I ain't going to enter into long position. Ain't going to enter into any position. Could close down from my sell. That's it for today, guys. You have to end it when it starts, 1 or 2 stop loss hits. We nailed ADP non-farm employment. We nailed labor market data, and as soon as PMI started coming in, isn't that good. But interestingly, it didn't pump up that much. What could be the reason for that? Construction spending, that's inflationary on the construction spending.
I'm thinking about shorting.
Manufacturing employment, that's actually inflationary. But if you look at the PMI, that's deflationary. But anyway, long story short, guys, I'm not trading anything more today. I'm getting absolutely, my brain is fried up. So, thank you so much. I'm going to call it a day.
Thomas.
Andrew.
Thank you very much for today. I understand it must be draining mentally.
Mate, it's fried, my brain. Thank you so much. For everyone today, good profit to 300 pips altogether since the morning. I'm still on the short side of gold, so if you want to ask me, just sell the shit out of gold. But it's not financial advice. Anyway, guys, tomorrow is NFP, and you know what does it mean? We're going to make more money. It's triple your money Friday. So until that, see you all guys tomorrow, 8:30 for the morning briefing. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.
Take care.
See you later, alligator. And people who are still on the YouTube, don't go. There's 2 free spaces left for June. I literally opened up 10 spaces and now it's only 3 left. You want to join the team if you want to get morning briefings every single day, 8:30 in the morning, live trading with me twice a day. Join the Alpha community. It's not a signal service, it's way more than that. You get to see my positions, you get to understand where the market is heading before the move is actually happening. You get the same scenario analysis, and I tell you why the market is moving. No one else does that. If you would like to join the Alpha community, take up one of these membership. There's only 3 left out of the 10 today. 50% discount. It's yours. Take it, use it. I'm done for today. My brain is absolutely frying, and I will still look for selling gold. Thank you so much. This is the Alpha FX.